Hello and welcome. You're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary between, yes, you've guessed it, League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE. Let me get that right for you again. League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE. Look at that. Versus Glasgow Rangers here from the stadium inside of Poland at the Miejski Stadium, which is in Gorka in Poland, for this qualification round for the second biggest club competition in Europe. Don't forget, you can always follow the match via your national TV broadcaster or radio broadcaster or whatever broadcaster. But if that is not possible, it's just nice to have you along here today. Well, the two sides are getting ready. Derek McInnes, the new manager of Rangers, names his first side, but there has been a little bit of a change, we believe, in the starting lineup. It was to be Ben Godfrey that was going to line up at the heart of defence, but whether there's an injury in the warm-up, I'm not 100% sure, but he has been replaced by Ross McCrory, who's to play on the right side of a back four. So, where do we stand now? This is qualification time. This is, as I say, the second biggest club competition in Europe that we've got here, and this is in the 18th biggest stadium in Poland. Look at that! And you are, as I say, listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary between Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE versus Glasgow Rangers. I will get it right for you at some point today, but I tell you what, in the meantime, it is a cracking game that we are looking forward to. Glasgow Rangers forever chasing, it seems, at the moment. Martin O'Neill, we wish him a speedy recovery, by the way. Glasgow Celtic at the top of the Premier Division, top flight division in Scotland. So they are hopefully going to get a little closer today. Well, as I say, European football is what is required for these sides, and this is where it all starts today. Let's have a little look at the lineups for you, and we will start with our host today. Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE is the one. I will get it right. I'll tell you what, I've been practicing for you. Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE. That is it. That is how it works. If I just slow down and take my time, we're there as well. Let's have a look at them. They open up with Slawomir Abramovich in goal. They have Wojciech Konstantopoulos, Kobayashi and Montoya across the back four. That's Konstantopoulos, I should say. Conchiao, Romanchuk and Lozano are the midfield triumvirate, with Schmidt and Balest either side of Prelic, who is going to play through the centre. For Rangers, they are going to, we think it's going to be a 4-3-3. Pandor in goal, Sterling, McCrory, Fernandez and Romans across the back four. Diamand, Neil and Chukwuani in the middle of the park, with Yokota, Chamiti and Asgard leading the line. It will be the royal blue shirts, white shorts and black socks topped with red for Glasgow Rangers today, whilst there'll be a red and yellow hooped jersey for the side from Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE today, and they will have in the sunshine here in Poland their red shorts underneath that as the two sides make their way out onto the pitch here. And it is going to be a game which these two sides will not really want to give any ground in whatsoever. Beautiful day. There's red and yellow hooped socks as well for the home side. And it is certainly a picturesque stadium. There's at around 23,000 fans here. Well, just under 22.5, I'd say. Natural grass stadium, just set on the outskirts in Wielkopolski in Poland. But it is a beautiful place to watch your football on a nice August afternoon League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE and Glasgow Rangers are about to set fair and go head to head. McCrory is going to play centre half, although they are still thinking that Dujon Sterling is going to play at centre half, but I think he's more of a right back. We'll wait and see. But as I say, it is Pandor in goal. Sterling, McCrory, Fernandez and Romans are back four. Diamand, Neil and Chukwuani in the heart of the park with Yokota, Chermiti and Asgard. It is Abramovich in goal. Wojciech, Konstantopoulos, Kobayashi, Montoya, the back four for League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE. And it is Luke, Romanchuk and Conchal behind Schmidt, Prelik and Belest at the top of the park. Well, the two sides will exchange their pleasantries. A lot will be put on the shoulders of the 22-year-old Yusuf Chermiti for Glasgow Rangers today. And now the two sides peel away from their team photos. The pitch looks in absolute pristine condition. Referee today, Nikola Dabanov, and he is assisted by Jovanovic and Todorov as well. And they're wearing the traditional black kits, and Serbian Mr. Markovic is on VAR. There's a wraparound stadium here at League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE. Daniel captain in the side. Head coach Derek McInnes' first Rangers lineup. Just to keep you fully across it, as I say, you're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of the game here between League-Jagiellonia-Rangers and Rangers from the Miejski Stadium here in Poland for this qualifying action of Europe's second biggest club competition. Two sides peel away into their little huddles, and it will be, as I face the pitch looking down, it is going to be League-Jagiellonia-Rangers, who is going to defend the goal away to my left-hand side as I see the pictures. Glasgow Rangers will defend the goal away to my right. Who sets the tone? Who builds the head of steam that is going to warrant a lead in this game? We just take the ball and go all the way back to Pandor. Pandor thumps a long ball forward. Konstantopoulos lets it run through to Abramovich in goal for League-Jagiellonia-Rangers in the penalty area away to my left-hand side. Head coach Simenic is stood pensively looking as Abramovich waist-high volleys from just inside his 18-yard box away to my left. Long ball up, left by Prelik, played forward, chance on the far side. McCrory has to tidy up. Pandor was coming out to the edge of the box. McCrory is actually starting at right back. Derek McInnes already shaking his head down below us. Just into the first minute here. Thrown in. Look down the line. Gets a little upending by McCrory. Going to be a free kick to League-Jagiellonia-Rangers, and they are going to whip this ball into the penalty area. Ross McCrory, well, that's agricultural at best, and it doesn't matter how many times you have a look. He's just swept straight through the back there of the Polish player. Going to be whipped in. Goal away to my right. Ivor Pandor looks out to the corner of his penalty area, away to his right-hand side, and to my right-hand side. Going to be whipped in with real pace. It is. Clears everybody. Comes out on this near side. Chance now to get it returned into the penalty area by Konstantopoulos, chance across the face of goal, turned goalwards, awkwardly in fairness by Prelic, just slightly behind him as it was drilled across the face of the Glasgow Rangers goal. Yilmaz Molest was the man that tried to drag it back from behind him. It looked like Prelic at the start. Wojciech throws it in, play back out to the thrower. Rangers hook it up towards the halfway line. Good header away, near side, played back infield by Konstantopoulos. Rangers now on the football, chance to play it on this near side. Break for Chimiti down the side of the League-Jagiellonia penalty area. Plays it in though, not really cleared too well. Both sides making a lot of mistakes and slipping in fairness. Kobayashi tries to go forward. And the ball is played into the Rangers half, which is away to the right of the halfway line. Pandor plays it back. Well, we're into the third minute, still goalless here. You are listening, as I say, to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE and Rangers in the second biggest club competition qualification. So on this near side, Romans plays it inside, picks out Sterling. Sterling square, midway inside the Rangers half, away to the right of the halfway line, out to McCrory. McCrory down the line. Yokota turns it infield. A little bit of a break going on here. Diraman tries to get the ball back and played on this near side. Chance now for the break. To Romans. Up to the feet of Diamandi. Diamandi back to Tur Romans. Nice little play here. Across the face of goal. Real chances, an own goal at the back post. Chimiti stood over it, and coming in at the back post, Montoya has turned it into his own net here. It is a goal for Glasgow Rangers here inside 4 minutes. Goal scored, an own goal by the unfortunate left back. Just came in, good step over at the front post, lovely play down this near side for Glasgow Rangers. Between Diamandi and Romans, lovely little reverse ball. Romans 6 yards across the face of goal, stepped over by Chimiti, and it's just hit the legs at the back post of Montoya, the left back, and turned it into his own net from 5 yards. Really could do nothing more than stab it goalwards, and it is an own goal, and it is League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE 0, Glasgow Rangers 1. Own goal by Montoya, and a great start for Derek McInnes' Rangers side inside 4 minutes. Well, will that just prod and open up the home side? What we can say is that young Guillaume Manuel Serrao Montoya won't look back at that first touch with any real pleasing nature, you have to say. Romans this time leaves a little bit on Conchal on this near side, gives away a free kick. And it looks like Romans has got his first card of the season. Issued early there, 5 minutes gone. Rangers this time trying to clear. Far side of the pitch. Yokota upended. Ball on this near side. Played to Fernandes. Down the line. Turned back by Arsgaard. Into Fernandes. Fernandes just outside the Rangers penalty area, away to my right. Plays it back to Pandor. Pandor with a long ball up. Nice chest down by Chukwuani, but Rangers have coughed up possession on the halfway line. Glasgow Rangers leading by a goal to nil. Scored by an own goal by Montoya, the left back for League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE on 4 minutes. But Rangers currently trying to get the ball out of their own penalty area, away to my right hand side. They defend the goal as I face the pitch, away to my right. Obviously attack the goal away to my left in this first half. They lead by a goal to nil. We had a yellow card for Tur Romans, and we've also had an own goal by Mr. Montoya the full-back for League-Jagiellonia. Timothy goes down under a challenge just on the halfway line. Going to be a free kick to Glasgow Rangers, about 18 yards inside their own half. Taking their time to take it. And Romans plays it back to Sterling. Sterling back to Pandor. Pandor inside the penalty area away to my right-hand side. Clipped forward this time by Fernandez. Shemiti with the header down. Into the body this time and taken away by Chukwuani. Tries to get it out to Yokota. Doesn't pick out his man. In the end, Chukwuani goes into a challenge, but it's Montoya, the unfortunate Montoya, that's to play the ball inside to Kobayashi. Back to Montoya for League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE. Lifted forward and out of his own penalty area by Kobayashi. Down the line, League-Jagiellonia try and come away with the football, but it's tidied up nicely by Romans. Turns it all the way back to his own keeper, Pandor, away to my right-hand side. He clips the ball out to McCrory, chests it down, under pressure very quickly by Schmidt. Plays it back this time to Fernandez. Fernandez into the centre circle. Chance there of a free kick, and a free kick has been given. Upended in the middle of the park was Thilo Arsgaard. Tried to spin his man. And Lozano Luch is the man that came in from behind. So it's a free kick to Rangers. Inside the centre circle on the Glasgow Rangers side of the half, which is sort of right on the halfway line. McInnes side taking the lead on 4 minutes. Well-worked goal, in fairness. Diamande and Romans, his cross across the face of goal, stepped over by Chimiti, and coming in behind Chimiti, not seeing that step over, was the left fullback for League-Jagiellonia, who literally just turned it goalwards and into his own net from 5 yards. Coming forward again now, though. Diamande at Romans. Romans just outside the 18-yard box on this near side. Rangers attack the goal away to my right, given away by League-Jagiellonia. Romans into the feet of Chimiti. Chimiti stabs it back. No free kick given by the referee today. Dabanov. Just so looking hungry under Derek McInnes here. Although they have given away possession 12 yards outside. Chimiti wins it back. Chimiti fires a low shot in, down to his left-hand side, and the goal away to my left. Abramovich gets and smothers the ball away. But Glasgow Rangers certainly buoyed by that own goal. Just to let you know, you're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary today of League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE versus Rangers in the Majewski Stadium in Poland in the qualification round of Europe's second biggest club competition. Played across the edge of their own penalty area for League-Jagiellonia. Konstantopoulos up into the feet of Prelic. Prelic first time layoff near side. Romans cuts the ball out. Arsgaard tries to deal with it on the halfway line. Gets it inside to Diamande. Diamande short ball back to Neil. Neil plays it forward. This time Yokota tries to go forward, but he's robbed there by Kobayashi. Ball is back in possession of Rangers on the halfway line. Rangers defend the goal away to my right and attack the goal away to my left. Arsgaard back to Romans. Romans with a yellow card after just 5 minutes. Also gets an assist as well. He's had a pretty impressive first few minutes here in this game. Great work by Chukwuani. Spins away from Konstantopoulos. Tries to play the ball in, blocked by the legs of Konstantopoulos. And it goes away for the first corner of the game. Good work there by Chukwuani. Managed to spin away quite nicely. 11th minute of the game here. League-Jagiellonia defending that goal away to my left-hand side. Into the 12th minute. Abramovich in goal for League-Jagiellonia. Looks out of his goal to his right-hand side, so it's right down by the point of my left shoulder. Standing inside the 6-yard box for Rangers, Diamande. Curled it to the back post. Headed up in the air. Not away, and this time it's going to be away by Fernandez, and the flag has gone up for offside. Does annoy me big time when that happens. It'll be Abramovich to take the offside inside his own 6-yard box. away to my left-hand side. League-Jagiellonia. The fans bathed in sunshine here. Well played down. Predic spreads the ball out far side to Schmidt. Schmidt try and takes on McCrory. McCrory doubled up this time with Yokota, cutting it side, plays the ball in right across the face of goal. It's one apiece, and there's a goal and an equaliser, and I'm not sure if that's just a cross-come shot that's gone past Pandur in goal. They are literally cuddling Schmidt on the far side of the pitch. Derek McInnes will not be happy with that. It is League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-Stork's equaliser by Schmidt. He's just curled it in right across the face of goal. It looked as though the centre forward was about to put his foot on it, but it's just gone across the face of Pandur's goal from his right to his left. Two players failed to stop that cross coming in, and it's gone right across the face and through a sea of legs. It looked like Prelic was going to get a little touch on it. I've got to have a little look at this again now on the replay. It has actually come off the toes of a Glasgow Rangers player. And I think it could well be coming off the toes of Fernandez. I'll wait to see, and that could be two own goals that have literally got that. They've given it at the moment to Schmidt. Was it goalwards? That's stand to that. We'll leave it with Schmidt. We'll spare any blushes for any Glasgow Rangers man. Middle of the park, upended this time. Diomande caught late. The Rangers, big start this time, has been quelled somewhat here. Tangling there with Diomande as he tried to spin away. One stood on the other's foot, and nobody really at fault there, but Diomande wouldn't have seen it. Behind him, near side of the pitch, Kuchusek comes forward. It's all level here, 15 on the clock. You listen to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-Stork versus Rangers here, coming to you from the Miejski Stadium here in Gorka in Poland. Rangers took the lead through an own goal. And let's see that wiped out just moments ago with Schmidt getting his cross-come shot straight into the back of the net. It's low, it's not high. The ball is played out far side. Kobayashi comes forward with the ball. Short pass out to Montoya. Montoya, little step over, goes down the line, clips it over the heads of McCrory. He just manages to head it down to Fernandez. Fernandez comes forward, up to Arsgaard. Arsgaard, lovely first time layoff, picks out the feet of Chukwuani. Out it goes to Yokota. Yokota driving up to the edge of the League-Jagiellonia penalty area. Up to the edge of the box he goes, plays it inside to Chukwuani. Back to Diomande. Diomande across the Romans. Romans lifts the ball in towards the penalty spot. Back heel there by Arsgaard, blocked by the defence of League-Jagiellonia in their own penalty area. Prelec tries to dance away from Sterling, does so, goes under pressure and down. Prelec recently signed from Oxford United, who were in the Championship. Didn't play many games for Oxford United. Came from Cagliari to Oxford United. Loan view to a permanent transfer, and now finds himself in Poland and playing European qualification football. Pandur, goal away to my right hand side. Tries to marshal his troops. Glasgow Rangers hold a line 4 yards outside their penalty area. Two stand over. It's going to be swept in from Pandur's left hand side towards that goal away to my right hand side as I face the pitch. And he swung in this time by Montoya. Left foot drilled long. Headed away at the back post by Chermiti. McCrory will try and effect a clearance. Does so. Tries to get it up to the halfway line. Cut out this time by Schmidt, the goal scorer. Driving towards the penalty area. Level the penalty area. Goes outside McCrory. Down to the dead ball line. Stands the ball up. Prelic with a header that flashes across the face of Pandur's goal away to my right hand side. And Romans plays it down the line to Arsgaard. Arsgaard dwells on the football and has given it away. Konstantopoulos gets the ball inside to Balest. Balest tries to play it back and a chance again, and Glasgow Rangers making all sorts of heavy weather of clearing the football. And it really was very, very poor play. Dwelling on the football by Asgard. And the pendulum, the momentum after that own goal by Montoya put Glasgow Rangers in front, has completely shifted to the home side. And it really is not a very good sign for Derek McInnes here. Again, Asgard loses out in the middle of his own half. Conchiel this time has upended Romans. Concern for your commentator, concern for Derek McInnes, because his side have dropped off alarmingly since taking the lead here. League-Jagiellonia have suddenly got momentum, the wind in their sails, and Glasgow Rangers dithering in your commentator's perspective here in this first half. Pandor knocks along board to my left. Schmidt is being held off the ball. Konstantopoulos gets the ball down, loses out to Yokota. Yokota plays it to the edge of the box. Good work by Diamandi. Runs into a wall of red and yellow shirts. And all of a sudden, it's League-Jagiellonia that come out. Left back now. Own goal scoring left back. Montoya up to the halfway line. Held up on that far side by McCrory. Goes infield and back into his own half. Short pass back to the right-sided centre-half, Konstantopoulos. Crossfield ball swept out on the far side, picks out Schmidt. McCrory shuts him down, rolled back to Montoya. Flag goes up on this near side for offside. Rangers defend the goal away to my right, attack the goal away to my left, and League-Jagiellonia obviously go the opposite way. There's worrying signs here for Derek McInnes, I would say. Romans back inside to Fernandez. Fernandez back to Pandor. Pandor into the feet of Neil. Neil back to Fernandez. And Fernandez out to the left back Romans. Romans inside to Diamandi. They're just playing a bit of keep ball. 12 yards outside their penalty area away to my right. Short ball forward to Asgard. Back to Diamandi. Diamandi 6 yards inside his own half, which for Rangers is to the right of the halfway line as they face the pitch. Back to Neil. Neil across to Sterling. Sterling up to the halfway line. Square and infield to Neil. Neil by the centre spot. Plays it across this time to Diamandi. Diamandi out now. Midway point of the League-Jagiellonia half. And given away though by Romans. Rangers will pick up the pieces. And Sterling will play it square to Fernandez. Fernandez up and over the halfway line. 10-12 yards inside the League-Jagiellonia half, away to the left of the halfway line. Back it goes. Just build up now with the left back Romans. Romans up and into the feet of Asgard. First time layoff to Chukwuani. Into the feet of Neil. Neil 12 yards outside the penalty area. Short ball to Asgard. He flicks it without even looking. How infuriating will that be? He may be talented, but you can't just do that with the football and give it away, because now it's League-Jagiellonia with Prelic into the box, plays it back to the penalty spot. It should have been 2-1. It's 2-1. Schmidt gets his second. Pandor could only palm away a free shot from 8 yards, and it's now League-Jagiellonia 2, Glasgow Rangers 1. Schmidt with his second on 21, and Rangers have taken a present from the gift horse, as in an own goal, and managed to spurn a lead on 4 minutes into a 2-1 deficit on 21. Schmidt with his second. Well, great work on this near side. Prelic pulls it back. A slip in the middle of the park. Shot fired in by Balest. Palmed away, diving to his right-hand side by Pandor. Couldn't do any more than that, in fairness. Yilmaz Balest should have finished it, and Schmidt came in to put the rebound in from 8 yards. A nasty slip, in fairness, by Sterling. Left Balest in all sorts of space, and it is Glasgow Rangers that, well, You cannot afford to be given a gift in European football away from home and then quite simply just not take it. And that's what Derek McInnes' side have done here. They were gifted an early lead when Montoya literally turned it into the back of his own net after great play. But now they are trailing by 2-1 on 22 minutes, almost halfway through the first half. You're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE versus Glasgow Rangers here from the Miejski Stadium in Poland. Rangers gifted the lead. Good work to lead to it. Step over by Chimiti, turned into his own net by Montoya on 4 minutes. Schmidt then put a low cross into the penalty area to make it one apiece, which outfoxed everybody as it came in and went past Panda from his right to his left-hand corner. And then Rangers back four all over the place as Prelic picked out Yilmaz Balest for the first-time shot from the penalty spot, saved by Panda, but the rebound turned in by Schmidt for his second goal on 21 minutes. Well, what a turnaround. What a shocking first-half display currently from Glasgow Rangers in your commentators' eyes. It has to be said they were given every opportunity to get themselves their foot on the ball. Yokota comes forward with it, loses out. League-Jagiellonia are certainly up for the game now. Rangers, that back line, when Prelic run through, one centre half, right behind the other three defenders, played everybody onside. Prelic drilled it across the face of goal. Sterling slipped, and there was Yilmaz Balest to fire a shot in free from 12 yards, which was palmed away by Pandor, and Schmidt put the rebound in. Chimiti this time has given away a free kick on Wojciech inside the League-Jagiellonia penalty area away to my left-hand side. You will be hard-pressed to find anybody that has witnessed this first 25 minutes here in Poland for Glasgow Rangers, if you are an emotive Glasgow Rangers fan, to find any positives. Derek McInnes must be looking. He's got to try and impose his own style, obviously, on this Glasgow Rangers side, but he will be very, very disappointed with what he has witnessed so far in this game. Schmidt scoring on 13 and 21. Montoya's own goal on just 4 minutes. We do have a hydration break going on down below us. I don't think it was that warm here, and it's something I hope we don't end up with games throughout the coming season, because that will really set a dangerous precedent for commercial TV, that's for sure. Roman supplied across the step over at the front post by Chimiti, turned into his own net on 4 minutes by Montoya, the left back, gave Rangers the perfect start, but since then Schmidt has curled one in from 18 yards low and flat, gone through a crowd of legs across the face of Pandor's goal away to my right for one apiece. And then just moments ago on 21 minutes, Prelic with a ball, a slip in fairness by Sterling, allowed Yilmaz Balest to fire a shot in uncontested from 12 yards, palmed away by Pandor, but straight into the on-rushing Schmidt, who got there before McCrory to turn it past Pandor for 2-1. Disappointing is where Derek McInnes would be now after this hydration break. He's had a chance to have a word with his troops, but it is a scoreline of League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE 2, Glasgow Rangers 1, as we approach the second period of time in the first half. They've got to find a little bit of something to drive themselves forward. And the yellow card in the first half as well, going to two Romans. the left back for Rangers. Far side of the pitch. League-Jagiellonia. Montoya throws it down the line. Schmidt back. Plays it inside to Prelic. Prelic back to Montoya, who spins away on that far touchline. Being chased on the far side by Yokota. Turns it infield. This time it's a crossfield ball by Konstantopolis. Goes long on this near side looking for the run of Conchial, but it beats him and evades him and goes out of play for a goal kick to Glasgow Rangers, who defend the goal away to my right hand side. And it's a rather stern looking po-faced Derek McInnes that we're getting views of down below us, and I can understand why. Sterling knocks the long ball up to the halfway line. Chamiti out to Yokota. Yokota back to McCrory. McCrory 12 yards inside his own half. Turns it further back to Sterling. Sterling all the way back to Ivor Pandur. Pandur square this time. And just play it to the left back, Romans. Romans down the line. Asgard beaten to the ball by Wojciech. Ball goes out of play from the technical areas, down beneath the camera vantage point here in the Miejski Stadium. Romans comes forward to take this throw. A little bit of urgency required. Thrown into the body of Chamiti. Chamiti gets it back. Stabbed forward this time by Chuck Buwani. Chamiti down by the dead ball line away to my left hand side. Short pass back to Asgard. Asgard holds the ball up. Infield to Diomandi. 12 yards outside the League-Jagiellonia penalty area. Into the feet this time and across from Sterling. Right on the far side, McCrory turns it back infield. Neil back across to Fernandez. Fernandez across to Sterling. Sterling out to Asgard. Asgard back to the halfway line. Sterling, right foot, crossfield ball. Drills it over the head of left back Montoya. Going to evade everybody and go out of play away to my left hand side for a goal kick to League-Jagiellonia Białystok. As they try and play their way out of defence. Keeper Abramovich receives the ball back, rolls it out from his goal kick to the side of his penalty spot away to my left. Little left foot dink forward. Beaten in the air in the middle of the park. Rangers try and go forward. Excellent defensive work by Lozano Lush. Plays it forward now. Montoya drives towards the Rangers penalty area away to my right. Short ball to Schmidt. Schmidt on a hat-trick at the moment. Back inside it goes to Lush. Lush gets it back off that far side. Good work this time by Neil. Neil gets the ball to Yokota. Yokota rolls it back and into the feet of Diomandi. Diomandi to Asgard. Asgard into the feet of Chuck Buwani. Tries to turn around. Pirouettes. Plays it infield to Asgard. Asgard's crossfield ball cut out so easily on this near side by Conchial, midway inside the half of League-Jagiellonia. We were coping with anything the Rangers can put together, but sadly for Rangers fans, it's for your commentator to tell you that they're giving the ball away at the same time as well. You are listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of League-Jagiellonia Białystok versus Glasgow Rangers here from the Miejski Stadium in Poland. And this is a qualification round for the European second biggest club competition. Derek McInnes wants to see more from his troops down below. 1 up after an own goal on 4 minutes, now 2-1 down. 2 goals from Schmidt have turned this tie on its head. Romans inside to Diomandi, gets away from one, gets caught with a second one. Chance for the cross to be put in. Nobody in there. Played out awkwardly by Montoya. Yokota, overlapping run comes from McCrory. Clips the ball across the face of the goal. Headed away at the back post by Wojciech. This time it is a push inside the penalty area, which is given away to a little whistle from the referee. A little bit better there from Glasgow Rangers in terms of attack, but still remains League-Jagiellonia 2, Rangers 1. We're into the 32nd minute. Konstantopoulos plays it back to Abramovich in the League-Jagiellonia goal away to my left hand side. Abramovich comes up to the edge of the box, little left foot clip up McCrory volleys it from the halfway line looking for Yokota, but it won't go to Yokota. Goes over his head and out of play. Midway inside the League-Jagiellonia half, which is to the left of the halfway line. Rangers have managed to turn the ball over and then give the ball away. So again, that fallibility from Rangers at the moment, which is to work hard and win it back and then cough possession up, happens yet again. Derek McInnes may be looking at a few of his youngsters, and it is a fairly youthful Rangers side. 24-year-old Neil in the middle of the park, captain, plays the ball back on this near side to Sterling. Sterling sweeps the ball out to the left back of Romans. Romans down the line to Arsgaard. Arsgaard round the corner, into the feet this time of Chuck Wuani. Out to Romans. Romans back to Chuck Wuani. Chuck Wuani beaten to the ball this time by Konstantopoulos, who falls over rather theatrically and gets himself a free kick down the side of the penalty area of League-Jagiellonia, away to my left-hand side. Patrolling the technical areas. Yeah, in fairness, looked at it again now. Chuck Wuani might have been better trying to get himself across the ball instead of across the man. Abramovic comes out of the goal away to my left-hand side for League-Jagiellonia. He lifts the long ball forward. Headed away by Romans. Halfway line. Schmidt is onto the football. Stab foot goes in this time by Konstantopoulos. Gets the ball to Wojciech. Wojciech goes down under a challenge. And a yellow card is now going to be brandished to Chuck Wuani. He was a little late with his challenge. Just having a little look at Derek McInnes' side. And the oldest player out there that I can see for Rangers is Ross McCrory at the heady heights of 28. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to be 28 again? Yeah, Yokota 26, Chamiti 22, Arsgaard 24, Chuck Wuani 23, Dan Neil 24, Diamande 24, Fernandez 24, Sterling 26, Romans 23, and Ivor Pandor at 26. Not a lot of seniority there, has to be said. Two yellow cards, both brandished in this first half. As we get to the 35th minute, you are listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this game between League-Jagiellonia, Białystok and Rangers from the Miejski Stadium in Poland. Don't forget, you can always follow your match on maybe national TV or a radio broadcaster, or indeed on your club's website. But if that's not possible, it's nice to have you along anyway. This is a qualification round match for Europe's second biggest club competition. If you've just tuned in, 4 minutes on the clock. Montoya, the left back for League-Jagiellonia, turned into his own net after good work on this near side by Diamande and a step over by Chamiti and Romans. Saw him turn it into his own net. Across from Romans, I have to say. Chamiti step over and turned in by Montoya on 4 minutes. And Rangers taking that gift and taking the lead and looked good value for it. But League-Jagiellonia made their way back into the game with 2 goals from Schmidt, one on 13 minutes. That was a cross, low cross into the box that went through a sea of legs and completely confused Pandor in goal for Rangers as it went into his bottom left-hand corner. And then Schmidt turning in a rebound from a save by Pandor. Good save by Pandor from the shot from Balest, who was found by Prelik on 21 minutes. Slip, though, didn't help by the Glasgow Rangers defender, which allowed Balest the free shot. Good save by Pandor, but palmed it straight into the on-Russian Schmidt, who got there before McCrory to turn it in for 2-1. 36 on the clock here. League-Jagiellonia 2, Rangers 1. Qualification round for the second biggest European club competition. Arsgaard with a flick, could have got out of play. Romans can't keep it in play. Near side, going to be a throw left with their own 18-yard box, which the right back for League-Jagiellonia, Wojciech, will take. Romans just couldn't keep it in play. I have a little bit of a concern over Thelo Arsgaard. As the ball is played in by Romans to Yokota. Yokota to McCrory. McCrory back to the halfway line. Picks out the feet of Fernandez. Fernandez forward into the feet of Diamande. Step over, turn around the corner by Chukwueze. Chukwueze's made a run into the box, down to the dead ball line, pulls it back towards the penalty spot inside the League-Jagiellonia penalty area, but it's cleared by the defence. Loose ball back this time by Sterling. Doesn't find his man. Chance now for a break again. Into the box goes Conceição. Conceição on the angle. Slaps the ball into the side netting. Would have been better trying to pull that across the face of goal. That again was another mistake by Rangers. They gave the ball away. It was a simple pass from Sterling to Fernandez, but he got it wrong. And pouncing onto the loose ball this time was Predic. Predic found Conceição, got into the box, but wide of Pander's goal on his left-hand side and slapped a horrible right-foot shot across into the side netting. That really could have been a little bit of daylight that Siminic would have been very happy, the coach of League-Jagiellonia, to have going to the end of the first half. 3 goals in the first half already. Home side certainly on top. But I have to say there's been a few assists in some of the chances by rather profligate football from Rangers. Romans midway inside the League-Jagiellonia half. Back it goes to Sterling. Sterling finds Neil. Neil short ball forward, gets it back from Diamande. Neil inside the centre circle on the League-Jagiellonia side. Out to Yokota. Yokota, a couple of lollipops. Tracked on the far side. Cross goes in by McCrory. Little turn on this time by the on-rush in Diamande, but it's cleared by League-Jagiellonia, who play themselves out of trouble really nice. And a straight ball through the centre, looking for Predic. This time easily shepherded back to his own keeper by Sterling. Sterling back to Pander. Pander out to the left back Romans. Romans down the line to Asgard. Asgard's got a lot of flicks and tricks in his armoury, but he has been caught in possession a few times. Ball's played inside again. Nice little flick round the corner by Diamande, who's impressed me with what he's done today. Clips the ball out to McCrory. McCrory 12, 18 yards, 24 yards. Short pass out to Yokota. Yokota back to McCrory, just shy of the dead ball line. Pulls it back. Chukwueze gets away from his man. What a terrific challenge that is back there by Kobayashi, who clears the football inside the League-Jagiellonia penalty area. Good work by Chukwueze. Took the ball well from McCrory. Dragged it around his man. But Kobayashi was quick to his feet to get back with another challenge. And got the ball away. Near side Romans, outside the League-Jagiellonia penalty area. Asgard back to Neil. Neil out to Yokota. Yokota gets the ball down. Drives towards the penalty area, in onto his left foot, clips it in, headed away this side by Kobayashi. League-Jagiellonia try and play themselves out, but it's just a long hopeful ball into the Glasgow Rangers half, which is to the right of the halfway line, which Fernandez allows Pandor to play to Sterling. 40 on the clock here. Just to remind you, you're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of League-Jagiellonia Białystok versus Rangers here from the Miejski Stadium in Poland. Currently 2-1 to League-Jagiellonia. McCrory's going to put it into their penalty area. Cleared again inside their penalty area by Romanchuk. Rangers try to build a little bit of a head-up of steam. But the way they release the steam is to obviously give the ball away at times, which has been a marked discipline of their first half performance. They've given it away a lot. Diamande receives the ball. Plays it out to Romans. Romans 24 yards from the dead ball line of League-Jagiellonia. Inside it goes to Neil. Neil looks for the run of McCrory. Tries to get round the back of Montoya. Heads the ball down. This time hooked away by Romanchuk inside the League-Jagiellonia penalty area away to my left-hand side. 41 minutes on the clock. Eric McInnes will want to get his boys back into the changing rooms at half-time with no more damage. Diamande comes up. Short pass out to Romans. Tries to play it inside. Cut out this time by Conceição. Thrown midway inside the League-Jagiellonia half. Away to the left of the halfway line as I face the pitch. Romans throws the ball back to Sterling. Sterling 3 yards inside the half of League-Jagiellonia. Finds Fernandez. Fernandez out far side. Finds Yokota. Yokota down the line. Tries to play it into the box using McCrory as a little bit of a shield. And in the end, Yokota has to dive into a challenge, gives away a free kick. It is a young Glasgow Rangers side out here today, but it's a young Glasgow Rangers side that are going to have to take on the top flight in Scotland very shortly. And we know what intense rivalry there is at the top of that division, including Hearts and Aberdeen as well, that come into the reckoning at the top of the table. Long ball played forward, near side. Romans ushered under the ball by Concio, spins away and plays it with his feet, faced by Romans, trying to take him on 12 yards from the dead ball line of Glasgow Rangers, tries to clip it in. Just the one corner in the first half. Romans has asked the assistant on the near side why there wasn't a free kick for the push in the back by Concio. To Romans himself on a yellow card. I have to be careful with just how much chippity chip talk he's got going towards our referee today, Nikola Dabanov. Wojciech into Concio, back it goes to Wojciech. Wojciech sets the ball inside. Prelec fires a shot in, good save by Pandor, took a deflection on the heels of Asgard there. Prelec with a first time shot. Romans tidies up near side, gets it up to Chukwuani. He's having a trouble trying to get away from Romanchuk, but again it is the home side, League-Jagiellonia, that have a shot. Good work this time by Nick Prelec. Came in off the right onto his left and fired a shot goalwards, took a little deflection and Pandor had to go away to his right to save. Neil on the ball there for Rangers. Up to the left back, Romans to Asgard. Back to Romans inside this time, finds Sterling square to Fernandes out to the right back, McCrory back to Fernandes on the halfway line for Rangers defend the goal away to my right and attack the goal away to my left as I face the monitor, the off-tube monitor here. Sterling out to Asgard infield, finds Neil reverse ball, going to be cut out. Chance now for League-Jagiellonia to break forward, and they break forward on the far side with Schmidt now driving up to the front and down the side, slips past McCrory, crosses a deep ball across the face of goal and over the crossbar of Pandor and out for a goal kick to Rangers. But again, McCrory got back and then slipped on the turf as we just get a replay of Nick Prelec's shot, which came off the heels there of Sterling. So it's good work by Pandor just to get away to his right hand side to parry that ball away. Still though, into the 45th minute, you are listening, as I say, to an independent studio based off-tube commentary of League-Jagiellonia Białystok versus Rangers in the Miejski Stadium here in Poland in a qualification tie for the second biggest club competition in Europe in August. Yokota up and over the halfway line, driving towards the League-Jagiellonia penalty area away to my left. Inside it goes to Diamandi, out to McCrory to Yokota onto his left boot. The 3 minutes to be added on at the end of this first 45. Tell you about the goals we've seen in the first half there. Fernandes tries to thread a ball through, easily cut out. Prelec, little layoff, lovely give and go by League-Jagiellonia. Good work by Romans into Asgard, little flick of the boot, finds Diamandi dead centre of the half of League-Jagiellonia. Square now to Neil forward to Yokota 24 yards out on his left foot, tries to clip the ball in, looking for absolutely nobody in fairness, and puts the ball away for a goal kick. That's a really, really undangerous cross there from Yokota. It is about as dangerous as a kettle of cold water, really. And Derek McInnes has got some sorting out to do in the half-time break. First goal came on 4 minutes and it was Glasgow Rangers that took the lead. Good work by Romans and a lovely ball by Diamandi. Got the ball down to Romans, cross across the face of goal. Rangers in a little bit of trouble on the edge of their box while I'm trying to explain that goal. Good work by Sterling to Asgard to Diamandi up to the halfway line looking for Chimiti, headed away easily by Konstantopoulos for League-Jagiellonia. They are in possession of the football again. Yeah, good work. Romans flashed the ball across the face of the 6-yard box. Step over by Chimiti coming in behind Montoya. Could do nothing more than turn it into his own net to gift Rangers a lead on 4 minutes. But that was soon extinguished on 13 minutes when a low flat ball in on the angle from Pandar's right-hand side made it into his bottom left-hand corner into the back of the net. Schmidt got his first. He got his second on 21. Shot goes in. Pandar has to save again. McCrory turns it away. Schmidt got his second on 21 minutes after a rather horrendous bit of defensive work by Glasgow Rangers, led Prelic to square the ball back to the penalty spot where Rangers defender slipped and allowed a free shot for Imars Belest, parried away by Pandar, and Schmidt got there on the parry before McCrory to turn it into the back of the net for 2-1. This first half has been aided and abetted by some woeful retention of the football by Glasgow Rangers. Yokota plays the ball into Asgard, who's dwelled on the football, tries to play it forward and trying to do so, plays it straight off the heels of Lozano Luch, who's gone down under a challenge. Thinks he should have been fouled, but just a little worried at the moment with Asgard. He's picks his head up and thinks he's got a lot more time on the football, fellow Asgard, than he actually has. No doubt he's got some tricks and flicks in his book, but just for me at the moment, he seems to be wanting a little too much time. The referee doesn't know who to give this ball back to. Nikola Damanov is having a little bit of trouble. He got in the way of that last challenge between Asgard and Lozano Luch, so he's gone for a drop ball. Nobody knows whose ball it is. The two captains are there, both wearing number 6, Romanchuk and Neil, and now it is going to be dropped at the feet of Romanchuk. Confusion reigns here in the Miejski Stadium, but at the break, Derek McInnes's first senior Glasgow Rangers side are going to go into the break here at the Miejski Stadium, trailing by 2-1 to League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE. 2 goals from Schmidt, and the Rangers fans that have travelled here in their numbers will see the whistle blown in just a moment by Mr. Dabanov to end this first half. We've had the 3 minutes of time to be added on, but there was that confusion just a moment ago. The Rangers really do need to have a little bit of a debrief at half-time. Referee Dabanov says that's enough. 2 goals from Schmidt for Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE has countered the own goal by Montoya, which gave Rangers the lead after just 4 minutes. So the break here at the Miejski Stadium, it is Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE 2, Rangers 1. Do join me for the second half. Hello and welcome back to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of this qualification round between League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE and Glasgow Rangers here from the Miejski Stadium in Gorka in Poland. And it's not good news if you've just tuned in, because it is 2-1 to the home side here after Glasgow Rangers did indeed take the lead via an own goal. As I say, this is a qualification match for the second biggest European club competition that we are witnessing today. You can always follow the match on your national TV, radio broadcaster, whatever it is that you go to, but if that's not possible, it's nice to have you along. But let's just really tell you about a tale of the tape in the first half. Guillaume Montoya got an own goal to put Glasgow Rangers in front on just 4 minutes. Good work by Diamande and Romans with a cross across the face, a goal from 6 yards away from the dead ball line. Step over by Chamiti, turned in inadvertently by Guillaume Montoya for 1-0. But Rangers had the wind in their sails and were driving forward. Romans did get yellow carded shortly after that, but then it came the first of 2 goals in reply by League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE, because it's Kajet and Schmidt who got them both. There are going to be changes, we believe, at the start of the second half when we get them full size back out onto the pitch. But I can tell you that Schmidt curled one across the face of Pander's goal from his right to his left. It did take a little flick off the foot of Fernandez. Whether it's going to be an own goal or whether it's going to be Schmidt's, I think it's going to be Schmidt's in fairness, into the bottom corner to make it 1-1. Then on 21 minutes, poor defensive line was pounced upon by Prelic. He crossed into the box, and then Balest, after a slip by Fernandez, was left on his own on the penalty spot. Fired a shot in. Pandered, parried. Schmidt turned in a rebound for what McCrory could get there. 2 yellow cards in the first half for Chukwuani and Romans for the Glasgow Rangers. There are changes, as I say, afoot for the start of this second half, and I'll bring you those in just a moment. It is Glasgow Rangers in their royal blue shirts, white shorts and black socks topped with red that defend the goal away to my left as I face the pitch on my monitor, and it is the red and yellow hoop shirts of League-Jagiellonia with their red shorts and red and yellow hoop socks that defend the goal away to my right hand side. Right, ball is back in play. Bit of a break going on at the moment. Wojciech tries to get there. Konstantopoulos gets the ball away. Wojciech now will try and lay the ball forward. But we're just waiting for confirmation of the substitutions for the side. Raskin is one of those that is on. And he has... come on, we've... lost Yokota. He has gone off the field of play, and he is replaced by Curtis, and it is the first of the changes. Second change is Devlin is on for Chukwuani, who was on a yellow card, and the third change is Raskin is on for Neil. Just the one corner in the first half, but going to change things around now for the sides. Cammy Devlin makes his start. Nicholas Raskin comes on as well. Looks as though it is going to be the same front three with Curtis taking over on this near side from Yokota, who, in fairness, young man struggled to get into the game. The one person that did surprise me was Arsgaard is still out there. He's been a little bit on a satellite delay with the ball for me. Anyway, good break on the far side. Break here for League-Jagiellonia driving forward. Excellent defensive work. Bit of a clumsy challenge inside the penalty area. Our referee today, Nikola Dalbanov from Montenegro, says nothing doing. Raskin up to the feet of Arsgaard. Arsgaard plays the ball out on the far side. And it's turned inside by Devlin. Into the feet this time of Curtis. Curtis back this time to Fernandez, and Fernandez plays the ball out on this near side to McCrory, and in the end Raskin has given a fair lumpy bump into the stands, because down in the heap on the far side is a League-Jagiellonia player, Nick Prelic. player signed from Oxford United, laid on the floor, looking as though he's taken a bit of a whack. But outside of Fernandez, it's a little bit of an untidy challenge, but I don't think it's enough to warrant that. And in fairness, after the untidy challenge between Fernandez and Prelic, Prelic's turned and looked for the penalty. Wants the penalty. In fairness, it was him that put the leg in between Fernandez's legs. Goes down, and watching the monitor here, he then pleads with the referee for a penalty, and then he's completely injured afterwards. You little minx, sir. You weren't injured at all. That's what I say. Anyway, let's get back to the football. Prelic is back up, which is a bit of a surprise for your commentator, because I don't think he was really injured in the first place. 49th minute of this game. You are listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of League-Jagiellonia-Białystok versus Rangers here from the Miejski Stadium in Gorka. Don't forget you can always follow the match on your national TV or radio broadcaster or website, but if that's not possible, it's nice to have you along. Nice to have you along for this qualification match of Europe's second biggest club competition going on here in Poland. Rangers with a job to do. Far side of the pitch, and it is Curtis, plays it back inside. Square to Raskin it goes. Raskin outside to McCrory. McCrory first time ball down the line. Tries to find the legs of Diamandi. Diamandi gets there, but so does Montoya. He puts the ball out of play with a little bit of Kobayashi for comfort as well. Throw 12 yards away from the corner flag, defended by Montoya. McCrory, the right back for Rangers, is going to look to throw this in. Prelic is still off the field of play, having some treatment. Loads of that spray stuff that goes on and makes you smell for about 4 weeks afterwards. On to his right calf. Ball is out of play on this near side. Montoya gets the ball inside. Good covering there by Asgard, but the ball goes out of play again. Wasn't too sure about Asgard in the first half, and still not 100% sure. Looks like he's got a bit about him, a little bit of magic in the feet, but also looks as though he wants too much time on the football. Prelic's back on, heads the ball down. Jagiellonia come forward, near side. Schmidt gets the ball back. Montoya's beaten. Schmidt goes over. McCrory was a little strong with the challenge there. As we move into the 51st minute here. And Andy goes back to make sure that Schmidt can get up. Well, in fairness to Schmidt, who's just found a little bit of Nicholas Arashkin's body and gone down under a bit of a heap. Free kick. Nobody wanted to make an impression. Any player, certainly in the first game of the season for Derek McInnes, that was left on the substitutes bench would have been thinking, I should have been on that. Well, those players have come on now. Cammy Devlin, Nicholas Rashkin and Finley Curtis will all be trying to say, you shouldn't have left me out. Bramovic forward, little layoff. Prelic goes up inside the centre circle on this near side with Fernandez. Rashkin plays it far side. Can't be taken in his stride on the far side. Rangers with a throw back towards the halfway line. Rashkin inside to Fernandez. Fernandez, a couple of loose touches there, almost shut down by Conchau and Schmidt. Good work now by Devlin. Devlin back to Sterling. Sterling 6 yards inside the Rangers half, which is to the left of the halfway line. Good ball forward though by the Romans. And in the end it's gone out of play on the far side. Rangers trying to come forward. Rashkin clips it up to the edge of the box. Chimiti tries to get away. Good work by Kobayashi to put it away. And out of play on the far side. The Romans throws it into the corner. Referee says you're not taking a throw from there. Go back at least 6 yards. The Romans had a very interesting couple of minutes in the first half. 4th minute with an assist. 5th minute with a yellow card thrown in. Good work by Asgard. Gets it out on the far side, although a foul throw has been given by the referee from Montenegro. McInnes looks around and says, can I honestly see a professional footballer making a foul throw? The answer is yes. Wojciech has the ball in his hands. Throws it in. Hooked around a corner by Lozano Luch. Prelic won't get there. Good header away by Sterling. Rashkin tries to spin away. Challenge comes in by Wojciech. Throw midway inside the League-Jagiellonia half, which is to the right of the halfway line. And they just have to roll it back into their own half to Sterling. Sterling will find Pandor. Pandor at 12 yards outside his penalty area away to my left. A little right foot clip ball up, looking for Chimiti. Goes under the ball. Easy for Konstantopoulos to play it away, but he's given it straight to a sky blue, royal blue shirt. Chimiti goes forward. Good challenge inside there. Rasgard gets a foot on it. Raskin plays it out far side. Curtis will get the ball. 6 yards from the dead ball line, crossed it in. Easy header away by Kobayashi. League-Jagiellonia get the ball forward. Glasgow Rangers pick off the pieces. Good little bit of work. Raskin tries to have a little couple up with Chimiti, who ends up giving a free kick away in the middle of the park. Trying too hard there, Mr. Chimiti. Have a little look across. Luke was the man that was trying to get involved. Free kick, which League-Jagiellonia taking their time with here. 54th minute has elapsed. We're into the 55th. League-Jagiellonia 2, Rangers 1. Ball up to the halfway line. Prelic can't get away from the strong upper body of Fernandez. Gets it to Sterling. Sterling this time to Devlin. Devlin left to the centre circle, Rangers side of the pitch, which is to the left of the halfway line. Out to McCrory, inside. Laid off by Diamandi. Chimiti down by the dead ball line away to my right, trying to get inside of Konstantopoulos, who does really well to get the ball out on this near side to Montoya. Montoya tries to play it down the line, blocked by McCrory. At a play, level with their own 18-yard box for League-Jagiellonia away to my right. And it'll be a throw for the home side. It goes to Luke. Luke tries to play it back to Montoya, straight out of play. Taken quickly on this near side by Devlin. Devlin wanting to get the game underway. McCrory says no, give it to me first. McCrory comes forward from right back. Thrown into the corner. Devlin goes down under a challenge. Gets himself across the ball, but he's going to lose out here to Lozano Luke, who gets the ball out of play. Devlin wants a little bit more protection there from the referee. Not going to get it. It's going to be a throw, which League-Jagiellonia get up to Prelic. Prelic loses out on the halfway line to Fernandez, who gives the ball away as well. And Lozano Luke goes crossfield. Far side of the pitch, Conchial gets it down. Turns to face Romans. Romans 6 yards from his own dead ball line. Goal away to my left. Romans does well. Ball goes out of play from Conchial. That'll be a goal kick. Just delayed a little bit. Early season, maybe just showing why there's a little lack of maybe quality at times. I have to say, I think that Conchial was a little bit undone there. The belly of the football would not have been across the white line, but the man on the far side of the pitch wafted his flag to say it, gone out for a goal kick anyway. 57 on the clock. League-Jagiellonia 2. Rangers 1. All the goals coming inside 21 minutes in the first half. Ball goes back from Fernandez to Pandor. Pandor out now on the far side to Romans. Romans up to the halfway line. Cutting in is Curtis, but Curtis is dispossessed. Chance for League-Jagiellonia to come forward. Prelic slips a ball forward, tries to get it out to Schmidt, who could be on a hat-trick, might not be on a hat-trick. I think he is, but Yilmaz Belest couldn't find the right pass. Fernandez past Prelic, up into the feet in a pocket to Arsgaard. Arsgaard out far side of the pitch now. Chance here for the run of Curtis. Curtis on the edge of the box, clips it in towards Chimiti. Chimiti gets a little bit on it. Going to have to win his own header. Little back heel's going to go back to Diamandi. Hacked away though inside his own penalty area for League-Jagiellonia. And now, as they try and break forward again, good work by Glasgow Rangers, but loose pickings fall nicely for Lozano Luke. Into the feet of Konstantopoulos. 6 yards shy of the halfway line. Don't forget that League-Jagiellonia defend the goal away to my right as I face the pitch. Back it goes to the edge of their penalty area away to my right, where Konstantopoulos will play the ball back to Abramovich. Stands inside his 6-yard box, just over by his left post, away to my right-hand side. And now under pressure, thrashes the ball forward. Good cut out by Sterling. Gets the ball out on the far side to Finlay Curtis, who loses out this time to Wojciech. Wojciech plays the ball forward. Back it goes from Belest. Back to Wojciech, whose long diagonal has gone straight away through to the Rangers keeper, Pandor. 59th minute of the game. Every time we have a little glance down at our monitor, we get to see a little more time ebbing away for Derek McInnes' side here. Raskin just inside the half of League-Jagiellonia, tries to play it forward, easy cut out again, lifted over the top. Prelic tries to bring the ball down, but he's not going to get there. Fernandez will turn it back to Pandor. Pandor inside the penalty area for Rangers, away to my left. Thumps a long ball forward, harmlessly for Kobayashi to head away. McCrory wins the ball on this near side. Drops nicely at the feet of Devlin. Devlin out on the far side to Romans. Romans out to Curtis, who doesn't find him with the return. And again, it's League-Jagiellonia coming forward. Lozano Lush into his own half under pressure of Diomande. It's too easy this time for Romanchuk to play the ball forward. Good cut out as well there. Charles now, Diomande, 6 yards outside the penalty area. Reverse ball out there to the far side. Picks out Devlin. Devlin's trying to get past two. Comes out shot from distance. Driven in by Thello Arsgaard, but always on the rise from 24 yards. And the chance goes a begging there. Good work by Diomande, but it just didn't fall right there this time to Devlin, who really wanted it on his right foot. Cut it back from his left to his right. Dwells on the football inside the penalty area of League-Jagiellonia, and it's cleared. 60 minutes now, just 30 minutes to go. And once again, just promising positions. Not doing very well with the football, although Abramovich's ball out to Konstantopoulos has gone straight out of play, under pressure this time by Chimiti. It's not going to take a lot for Rangers to get themselves back in. Chimiti tries to get the ball to Rashkin, cut out on the edge of the League-Jagiellonia penalty area. Prelic flicks the ball with the outside of the boot. Sterling goes across, Prelic up to the edge of the box, left foot, tries to play it across the face of goal, cut out though, going back towards his own penalty area. And again, Jonas Belest was the man that is breaking from a sort of number 10 role for League-Jagiellonia. 61st minute of the game. We'll just try and drive forward. Struggling at the moment to pick up the pieces and the threads of the game. Ball into the box. This time driving forward inside the penalty area. Finlay Curtis couldn't get a touch on it. Lovely ball in by Rashkin. Curtis came across the face of the goal. Just couldn't get enough on it. Good defensive work by Wojciech was the man that made it difficult for Finlay Curtis cutting in. Abramovich with a goal kick away to my right. Thumps a long ball forward. Fernandez battling with Prelic. Both go over on the floor. Fernandez gets the ball out to Romans. Romans down the line inside his own half. Curtis inside it goes to Devlin. Devlin 6 yards shy of the halfway line. Clips it over the top for Curtis, who's running behind Wojciech. Got to pull the ball down outside the penalty area, but 4 yards away from the dead ball line. Cuts in on his left foot, fires a shot in, double ricochet, comes back to Arsgaard. Arsgaard out to Devlin. Devlin lifts it goalwards. Turned over the crossbar this time by Abramovich. Lacked a little bit of pace and thunder there from Cammy Devlin, but it was goal bound anyway. Second corner of this game going the way of Glasgow Rangers. Away to my right-hand side. Devlin thought he picked his spot this time as he opened up on his right boot. Goal away to my right. Abramovich looks out to his left, right down by the point of my left shoulder here. League-Jagiellonia looking to defend this set piece. Abramovich looks out of his goal. Can Rangers fashion a chance here? Into the box it goes. Headed away, picked up the pieces. Back into the box it goes again. Caught safely this time by Abramovich. Wojciech had been laid on the floor from that earlier ball in from the corner. And now a long ball forward. Schmidt tries to get the ball down, drives down the side of the Rangers penalty area, clips the ball in over the head of Prelic, turned away at the back post by Romans, this time for Rangers. Corner this time for League-Jagiellonia. Away to my left hand side. Game opening up a touch here. Ivor Pandor will look out to his left hand side, furthest corner away, goal away to my left as I face the pitch. 64th minute here. Zano Lush is going to take it. He's going to use his right boot to take it away from Pandor's goal. He's going to coil it away from the dead ball line towards the penalty spot. Romanchuk is in there. Kobayashi's there. Chamiti heads the ball away, but not far enough away. Devlin tries to help it away. Curtis gets a little bit on it, but it's going to be tidied up on this near side by Conchiao. Conchiao gets the ball back on the halfway line. Plays it into his own half, inside the centre circle on the League-Jagiellonia side, where Kobayashi plays it out on this near side to the fleet-footed left back. Schmidt now with the ball, faced by McCrory, puts the ball into the box, decent ball in, back post headed away by Romans. Wojciech picks up the loose ball, 65 on the clock. Romanchuk into the feet of Prelic, laid off to Imas Balest, cleared this time inside his own penalty area by Sterling. Montoya still. League-Jagiellonia tries to get the ball forward on the far side of Conciao. To Roman, sees the ball out of play for a goal kick to Rangers. Two changes coming for the home side, League-Jagiellonia. Bonifo is going to come on for Conciao. That is the first change. And now, the second change will be coming on as well, and it will be Klinger who is coming on to replace Lizano Luch in the middle of the park. So a little bit of a change this time by League-Jagiellonia. Białystok desperate to try and keep a grip on the lead that they have got through two Schmidt goals in the first half inside 21 minutes. Rangers pull it out from their defence. You'll listen to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of League-Jagiellonia, Białystok and Glasgow Rangers here from the Miejski Stadium in Gorka in Poland. You can always follow the match on your national TV or radio broadcaster, but if that's not possible, obviously it's nice to have you along. You're listening to a qualification tie here from Europe's second biggest club competition here in August. And it is League-Jagiellonia that lead by 2-1, given to them by Schmidt. League-Jagiellonia play football inside their own 18-yard box. Abramovich away to my right-hand side. That's the goal that League-Jagiellonia are defending. Konstantopoulos gets it from Abramovich up to Prelic. Prelic, little layoff, nicely done as well to Klinger. Klinger out on his near side to Schmidt. Schmidt now faced by McCrory, 6 yards outside the Rangers penalty area, way to my left. He cuts in on his right boot, but the ball inside is absolutely woeful there, I have to say, to Imas Belez, but still Bonifo gets the ball back under control for League-Jagiellonia. Infield it goes. Chance here for Montoya to come forward. Driving forward. A little layoff. Give and go on the edge of the box. Plays it out Bonifo. No, plays it back to Montoya. In across the face of goal. Schmidt gets the ball down on the angle. Fires a shot goalwards. Saved by Pandor. And again, it was rather too easy for League-Jagiellonia to actually get inside that penalty area of Rangers. And just seemed to carry the bigger threat going forward. Swedish player Bonifo, who has come on. Ball back across the face of goal, and League-Jagiellonia give away another big chance there. But I do think Wojciech should have hit the target there. Pulled the ball back. And the first time effort falling to the ground by Balest is awful. Got his legs in a real tangle there. Just such an absolute horror show. Agbonifo tries to play it into the Rangers box. This time it is cleared by Rangers out on the far side. Good work by Devlin. Devlin finds a pass out on the far side to Curtis. Curtis driving forward up to the edge of the box of League-Jagiellonia. Good cross into the box. Diamandi tries to come in round the back of Montoya. Shrouded by Montoya's body. Heads the ball up and over the crossbar and away. Good break there for Glasgow Rangers. They won't get too many chances here. Good run by Finlay Curtis. Clipped it in left-footed. Diamandi had to see it come over the head of Montoya. And he obviously got the ball on top of his head before he was ready to see it. Warning signs there for the home side. Diamandi, for me, has been the pick of the players for Glasgow Rangers today. I think he's been a solid performer. Trying to work out what the weather is like via my monitor here at the moment, because I can tell you that it's only, what do we know? We've got to be getting into 26 degrees over in Górka in Poland. And they are going for another break, a drinks break, which I hope is not going to be introduced all over the world after the largest international competition we've ever had in America, Mexico and Canada. Introduced it because I don't think at 27 degrees that's just standard for me footballing weather. Let's just run through what we've got. 4th minute, good combination by Diamandi and Romans. Flashed the ball across the face of the League-Jagiellonia penalty area. Step over at the front post. Completely foxed Abramovich by Chimiti, and then coming in, the left back Montoya could only turn the goal into his own net for 1-0 to Glasgow Rangers, but that was soon smited out as Schmidt's low cross into the box on the angle from Panda's right into his bottom left-hand corner on 30 minutes with a little flick of the toe. Fernandez made it 1 apiece before on 21 minutes poor defensive line from Rangers was pounced on by Prelic, who crossed into the box, and Fernandez slipped and left Balast with a free shot from 12 yards, which was parried away. Good save by Panda, but McCrory couldn't get there before Schmitz turned in the rebound for 2-1. Symptomatic of the first half was Rangers' inability to retain possession when they had comfortable possession, but the second half has pretty much gone on. 71 on the clock. You're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of the game between Jagiellonia, Białystok and Rangers here from the Miejski Stadium in Górka, Poland. As I say, you can always follow the match on your national TV or radio broadcaster, but if that's not possible, it's nice to have you along anyway. This is a qualification tie for the second biggest club competition in Europe. Agbonifo goes into the Rangers penalty area. Good work by Romans. Agbonifo tries to get the loose ball. Romans plays it forward. Curtis tries to stab it down the line. Wojciech puts it out of play midway inside the Rangers half, which is to the left of the halfway line as I face the pitch. Romans comes forward to take the throw midway inside the Glasgow Rangers half. Headed on by Asgard. Chimiti tries to spin his man. He's got a chance here. It's 2 versus 2 here. Plays it square to Diamandi. Diamandi driving up to the edge of the box onto his left foot. Tries to pull the trigger. Blocked this time by Kobayashi. And Klinger gets the ball away on this near side to Schmidt. Schmidt faced on this near side by Raskin, just shy of the halfway line. Plays it back to Montoya. Montoya twists away from Diamande, goes back towards his own penalty area for League-Jagiellonia, away to my right-hand side. Back it goes to Kobayashi. Kobayashi back to the keeper, Abramovic. And Abramovic takes his time just outside his 6-yard box, away to my right in taking the ball forward. 2v2 for Glasgow Rangers, but such is the confidence of the home side. They are playing football from out of the back, but good work from Chimiti there, putting pressure on Montoya. As the ball has been put out of play by League-Jagiellonia, and it's going to be a throw in a decent position here for Rangers, who trail by 2-1. Although Chimiti looks as though he may well have been adjudged to have stood on the toes of Kobayashi. Can't quite make out what it is. It is indeed a free kick. Referee Nikola Dabanov of Montenegro saw it. Chimiti, in fairness, has had very little to deal with or to work with at the top of the park for Rangers today. Thumped long by Abramovic from my right to my left. McCrory with the header away. Helped on by Raskin. Chimiti gets it down on the halfway line, finds Diamande. Diamande inside, finds a nice little ball to Raskin. Raskin plays it out far side to Curtis. Curtis faced by Wojciech, comes inside. A little layoff this time to Romans. Romans 30 yards away from the goal of League-Jagiellonia. Down to Curtis. Back again it goes to Raskin. Raskin's going to want to try and pick a pass here. Coming forward, ball on his right foot, clips it in. Decent ball in. Good header away though, inside his own penalty area there by Montoya. Beles tries to get it forward. Fernandez steps in. Up to Chimiti. Chimiti back to Fernandez. Fernandez steps away from two, including his own player there. Plays it square to Raskin. Raskin 30 yards away from the League-Jagiellonia penalty area. He's dispossessed there by Agbonifo, but Arsgaard picks up the pieces to Devlin. Back to Arsgaard. Arsgaard out now to Curtis. Curtis back to Devlin. Devlin under a bit of pressure there. First touch allowed closing down by League-Jagiellonia. As Sterling plays it back to Devlin. Devlin to Romans. Romans stand up far touchline. Little give and go with Curtis. Coming inside now. Crossfield ball finds McCrory right on the edge of the penalty area of League-Jagiellonia. Infield it goes. Oh, poor touch by Raskin. Gives the ball away and allows Schmidt to carry the ball away. Thought he was blocked. Referee says nothing doing. Devlin on the halfway line for Rangers. Rangers defend the goal away to my left as I face the pitch and attack the goal away to my right. Paint that picture in your mind's eye. In their home kit. Good run by Romans. Can he get to the return ball? Going across though is Konstantopoulos, who holds it right against that far touchline before playing it down to play on the far side. The referee's not too sure which way to give it. Konstantopoulos thinks it should be a League-Jagiellonia throw. Going to be a change for Glasgow Rangers. And it's Thilo Arsgaard that is coming off, and he's going to be replaced by Dragojevic. Interesting move by Derek McInnes here. More of a central defensive midfielder is Dragojevic. Just going to sit outside the penalty area as Romans is about to throw this into the penalty area. It does so. Chimiti helps it on. Couldn't find Raskin. Predic tries to get it forward. Wojciech inside his own penalty area for League-Jagiellonia will get the ball away. Just under 20,000 inside of the stadium today. About 86% full. Look at that. It's a nice little stat for you. How did I work that out? I'm pretty clever up here inside this box. Good work from Curtis. Crosses the ball in. Headed away this time by Kobayashi. Raskin. Diamande. Edge of the box. Overlapping run for Curtis. Curtis into the feet of Raskin. Back heel's going to be cut out by League-Jagiellonia. Raskin wins it back. Little give and go. Step over there after the pass from Raskin to Dragojevic. And now Wojciech down by his own dead ball line away to my right for League-Jagiellonia will clear it out on this near side. Break on now Schmidt. Schmidt's going to welcome any touch from any Rangers player to go down, but he doesn't. He tracks himself forward. Schmidt infield this time. Picks out a nice pass. Nice bit of play by Beles. Gets it out to Agbonifo. Agbonifo now driving towards Romans. Cuts inside, fires a shot in from the edge of the box. One bounce and safely taken by Ivor Pandor. away to my right-hand side. 78 on the clock. You're listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of League-Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE versus Rangers here from the Miejski Stadium in Górka, Poland. As I say, you can always follow the match on your national TV or radio broadcaster, but if that's not possible and you've joined me here, thank you. Nice to have you along. This is a qualification match for Europe's second biggest club competition here. Dragojevic plays the ball out on the far side to Romans. Romans to Curtis. Curtis slips the ball on. Romans goes for the return. Konstantopoulos goes over. Konstantopoulos puts the ball out of play on the far side. Rangers with a throw 3 yards away from that corner flag, defended by Wojciech. Ball into the box towards Chimiti, head away by Kobayashi. And pretty decent stuff. Yuki Kobayashi getting the ball away, but Rangers coming forward again. McCrory 30 yards from the dead ball line, away to my right. Sterling, Dragojevic, square to Fernandez. Fernandez forward, short pass. Romans out to Finley Curtis. Curtis steps inside of Wojciech, the right back. Wojciech get back. Curtis turns and runs to the box. Little give and go. Curtis gets it back down to the dead ball line. Drags the ball back, but it's easily headed away by Schmidt. Should be a corner to Glasgow Rangers. Wonderful play. Young Finley Curtis, just 20 years of age. He doesn't mind running all day long and back to front. Lovely combination play with Raskin. Ball was just bouncing as he tried to hook it back inside. Did really well, but just lofted it. Pass back, which Schmidt, 2-goal Schmidt, put away for a corner. Abramovich, goal away to my right-hand side. In goal for Jagiellonia. Looks out to his left, right down by the point of my right shoulder. Dragojevic will take this, curls it away from goal, deep into the box, coming in. Abramovich with the punch away. Curtis couldn't get the ball down. Bonifo goes there, but a referee has spotted an infringement inside the penalty area. 80 on the clock. More changes coming. Down below, 2 more coming. Balest is going to be replaced by Zrachal for Jagiellonia. And Yilmaz Balest, whose shot was punished by Pandur, is replaced by Zrachal. And Silla is going to replace Prelek at the top of the park. His stint is over. It'll be a like for like there. Silla coming on. Well, time is starting to drift away here. 81st minute. You listen to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary here for Jagiellonia-Rangers-LIVE and Glasgow Rangers. Currently 2-1 to Jagiellonia after the Rangers took the lead on 4 minutes for an own goal. They haven't been good value in this game, although they're trying to mount a little bit of pressure. Sterling's brought down. Devlin wants to take it fast, does take it fast, finds Curtis. Curtis to Romans. Romans forward again. Lovely little ball to Devlin. Back heel to Curtis. Curtis into the box, fires it across the face of the goal, palmed away. McCrory comes in, drills it goalwards. What a saving header that is. Best chance for Glasgow Rangers, 81, and Kobayashi, the man with the clearing header. McCrory shot goalwards, really very well headed away by Kobayashi. Corner comes in again. Bonifo gets there first as the ball gets to the edge of the box. Nice little bit of play here. It's a real break on if they play this right. Good work by Rangers, got themselves back, because just for a moment there it looked as though Silla was going to get away. But that chance for McCrory headed away by Kobayashi, the best. Curtis puts the ball back in towards Chimiti. Kobayashi clears. Kling gets it away again. Rangers coming on a little stronger now. Starting to turn up the wick, and in fairness, as any side who has the lead going into the latter stages of the game, Jagiellonia have started to go deeper and deeper and allowing Rangers to come forward. McCrory plays the ball back to Sterling. Sterling square to Fernandez. Fernandez out to the far side. Down the line by Curtis to Romans. Romans back inside to Fernandez. Fernandez will go, I think, square to Sterling here. Does so. Sterling to Dragojevic. Back inside to Sterling. He misses out the left-sided centre half and goes straight to the feet of Rashkin. Rashkin delivers a diagonal looking for the run of McCrory, but it beats him and evades him and goes away for a goal kick to Jagiellonia. Well, they're having a go. Derek McInnes will be a little bit more happier with the fact that they've seized the opportunity with the home side dropping back. Looks like it could be another change coming here. Derek McInnes is getting Shanklin ready. Went to the big international club tournament, international tournament of the summer with Scotland's national side. Maybe that's the reason he didn't start the game. Just a few minutes in the leg. Abramovich has the ball at his feet, but Shanklin is about to be introduced to the fray for Glasgow Rangers, looking for that equaliser that would be so beneficial to the side. Headed away by Fernandez. Devlin. Curtis. Fernandez. Forward to Devlin. Devlin runs into Ramanchuk. Good work now though. Agbonifo going forward for Jagiellonia. Taking on Romans into the box. Can't get his feet sorted out. Good clear there. Dragojevic gets the ball out this time. Curtis driving up to the halfway line. Plays it out to Devlin. Back down the line to Curtis. He's full of running. Coming across though to cut him off at the pass. Konstantopoulos down the side of his own penalty area. Clips the ball forward. Ramanchuk his header down for Agbonifo, goes out of play. Glasgow Rangers 85 on the clock. You are listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of Jagiellonia versus Rangers here from the Miesca Stadium. McCrory with a deep cross into the box, evades everybody, cleared by Konstantopoulos, away for yet another corner for Glasgow Rangers. Could have come in from a different corner. It's their sixth corner of this match now. 85th minute. Abramovich will look out. The change has got to be made. McCrory is coming off and Shanklin is about to come on. Derek McInnes shuffling the pack. Don't forget you can always follow the match on your national TV, national radio broadcaster, online, wherever you want to. But if that's not possible, it is so nice to have you along listening. Qualification tie for Europe's second biggest club competition going on here in Miesca Stadium in Gorka. Shanklin's on, ball into the box, first chance, Shanklin's got a chance, great save by Abramovich, it came at his feet and Abramovich just fell on the ball. Looked as though that was going to be a cracking chance there for the substitute straight away. Cross came in from the corner, headed down by Fernandez, straight a block, busting point range to Shanklin, who didn't have chance to actually get onto it. But a real chance there from the corner. Ball on this near side. Kling takes it. Good work for Jagiellonia. Curtis tries to get onto the loose ball, but in the middle of the park. Left in a heap. The Jagiellonia player. Point blank range, the header from Fernandez dropped at Shanklin's feet. And Abramovich smothered. Big chances, two chances for Rangers now in the last 5 minutes as well. 87th minute on the clock now. Free kick. Shanklin, well, not even been on the pitch no more than about 30 seconds. Montoya with a free kick. Fires it goalwards, but always over the wall and always over the top of the crossbar of Pandur, away to my right from fully 35 yards. Jagiellonia Białystok on the cusp of a victory here in this type, that's for sure. First side of the pitch, Wojciech has knocked over Devlin. Plays the ball back to Sterling. Sterling to Fernandez. Back to Pandor. Pandor in the penalty area for Rangers away to my left. Plays it out near side. Headed on by Dragojevic. Gets the ball forward to Diamandi. Who's routinely cleaned out, it has to be said, by Yuki Kobayashi. And he's going to get himself a yellow card, Mr. Kobayashi. And Nikola Dabanov brandishes it. Kobayashi, who headed that ball away after a shot from McCrory on 81 minutes. Real fine, brave header. Has now got a yellow card to match his yellowy orangey sort of tunic. Ball's lifted into the League-Jagiellonia penalty area. Headed away by Kobayashi. Comes out near side to Raskin. Raskin in field finds Dragojevic. Dragojevic square to Curtis. First touch a little heavy. Chops back onto his right, clips a deep ball across the face of goal, headed down by Shankland off the arm of Silla, but body and arm were in symmetry, so no handball there. Abramovich picks up the pieces. Again, Glasgow Rangers putting the pressure on. A much better second period of this second half, it has to be said. Near side, headed away by Dragojevic. Bonifo back to Wojciech. Wojciech to Konstantopoulos. Round the corner, chance here to be Rangers ball 8 yards inside their own half, which lays to the left of the halfway line as I face the pitch. We're into the 89th minute. There will be time added on. We have had a refreshing drinks break midway through the second half, so it's at least 3 minutes. Not about 5 to 7 substitutions in this game. Not too many injury stoppages, it has to be said. Chimiti thought he was fouled, but the ball comes off him and goes out of play on the far side of the pitch. Yusuf Chimiti shakes his head in disagreement with our referee over that decision. And Derek McInnes' first senior game in charge of Rangers in Europe, that's for sure. Looks as though it might end up in a defeat. Dragojevic toes the ball back on his near side. Raskin onto the halfway line, finds Devlin. Devlin out to the left-sided man, Finlay Curtis, who's not been afraid to go forward. A little ball inside to Romans. Romans tries to play it back, cut out by Wojciech. Wojciech gets the ball to Bonifo. Bonifo just bowls through the back of Sterling. Free kick given away, 6 yards inside the half of Rangers, which is to the left of the halfway line. Bonifo chases the ball down as we're into the final 10 seconds of this second half before time is added on by our referee Nikola Dabanov. We've got 5 additional minutes to play. Rashkin, Devlin out on the far side to Curtis. Curtis cuts in field, goes back to Rashkin. Rashkin 18 yards outside the 18-yard box of League-Jagiellonia. Romans, Devlin, Curtis. Back it goes this time to Sterling. Sterling across to Fernandez. Too many square balls, allowing 11 League-Jagiellonia players to get back inside their own 18-yard box. Fernandez into the feet of Diamandi, trying to spin inside the penalty area, plays it out. Dragojevic crosses the ball in, little deflection, loops away from the penalty area, brought down by Schmidt. Schmidt carries the ball now for League-Jagiellonia up to the halfway line. First minute has almost elapsed here for Rangers. Rashkin upends Schmidt. Going to be a free kick inside the Rangers half, which as I face the pitch is to the left of the halfway line. And Rashkin gets himself his yellow card for upending Schmidt from Nikola Dabanovic. Well, just to let you know, really, Glasgow Rangers given the perfect start to the game. Diamandi and Romans combined. Romans with a cross across the 6-yard box. Step over by Chimiti. And bewitched and befuddled both the keeper Abramovich and moreover the left back Montoya, who then turned it in past his own keeper for 1-0 to Glasgow Rangers. Schmidt then turned a low flat cross into the box from Panda's right into his bottom left-hand corner. A little flick off the toe of Fernandez. Will it be an own goal? Will it be a goal for Schmidt? I'm going to give it to Schmidt because it was going goal-bound and it was the slightest flick off the toe of Fernandez for 1-1. Then 21 minutes. Poor defensive line by Rangers. Saw Fernandez play Prelic on. Prelic drove into the penalty area, fired it back towards the penalty spot. Fernandez then slipped and allowed Balès to have a free shot from 12 yards, which was parried away by Pandor. Shanklin gets the ball down. First time shot hits the base of the post there, this time from Curtis. Keeper flat-footed there as the long ball went into the penalty area. What a chance that was for Curtis here in the 93rd minute. Just going to stay with it. Raskin delivers the ball in. Abramovich smothers. Great work by Shanklin just moments ago to head that ball down. Curtis flashed a shot. Abramovich flat-footed. Anyway, second goal on 21 minutes. Prelic pulled it back. Balès had a free shot saved by Pandor. And the old Russian Schmidt got there before McCrory to turn the rebound in for 2-1. Rangers punctuated first half was punctuated by a wasted possession most of the time. They gave away possession a lot. We're into the 94th minute, but the second half, McCrory's shot flashing goalwards. Kobayashi on 81 heads the ball away. Shanklin came straight on 86. A Fernandez point-blank header hit him. Came off his body and smothered by Abramovich on 86. On 93 minutes, just moments ago, Curtis has hit the base of a post. Rangers have tried to get back into it, but it's all been maybe a little too late and helped a lot by the fact that League-Jagiellonia have sat back on this 2-1 lead. We're into the 4th minute of a minimum of 5 to be added on here at the Miejski Stadium in Górka in Poland in this qualification round of Europe's second biggest club competition, and it is League-Jagiellonia 2, Rangers 1. Kling out on this near side to Montoya. Montoya down the line into the Vidic Schmidt, back to Montoya. Montoya coming forward, back to Schmidt on this near touchline. Covered off this time by Devlin, puts the ball out of play. Time is almost up here on Derek McInnes' first European sortie with Glasgow Rangers, which looks as though it's going to see a defeat by 2-1. Montoya dances round Dragojevic. Lovely skill to Kling. Back it goes on this near side to Schmidt. Back to Montoya. Montoya back to Schmidt. Schmidt with Dragojevic in front of him. Ball goes into the box, comes off the body of Kling and goes out of play for a goal kick. Pandor will take, but we're into the final 10 seconds of a minimum of 5 to be played here. For Rangers' first sortie into Europe. Ball up, and this time Mr. Debanovic says that is enough, and it's finished here in the Miejski Stadium in Górka in Poland. Jagiellonia Białystok 2, Glasgow Rangers 1. Białystok with 2 goals from Schmidt, and an own goal for Rangers gave them the lead that they have lost here in Poland. Thank you very much for joining us for our commentary. You were listening to an independent studio-based off-tube commentary of the game between Jagiellonia Białystok 2, Glasgow Rangers 1.